Tell us again, what's your nickname? What do they call
Crash,
you?
okay.
What's your
But
name?
my name is Crash. But
Tell us your whole name.
Crash Kennedy, Jim Crash Kennedy. But you know,
And that's what
even
you go
sitting
by.
here, uh, some of my friends don't even know what my real name is. They know me by Crash. That's it. Some of these mines still have electricity running into them for the lights, never been shut off. So you have electrocution hazards. You can find poisonous snakes. You know, there's rodents. There's you could get hantavirus. Sometimes you go in some of these places. There's even like meth labs in there. You've got to watch out for stuff like that. You've got to watch out for tripwires and booby traps even when you're going in these things. There was one mine I went into, big open thing. You could drive around, and I went around one corner, and there's a bunch of plastic laying on the ground with something on it. I'm like, the hell is this? And I walked over, and it was somebody's pot crop that they were drying in the mine. They just had it all spread out on this plastic sheeting. I said, we're done with this survey, guys, because I could just imagine some dude up there on the, out on the hill with a gun pointing at us, waiting for us to, come out with all his stuff. It's like, nope, 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 nope. We didn't see anything. We weren't here. So, there are a lot of hazards, natural hazards, human hazards, biological, chemical. We go into one of these things, and it's just in really bad rock. It's not good, solid sandstone or granite or something. It's in shale. It's in some crumbly, crappy ass rock. And it's just, they've got to put shoring in. They've got to put all kinds of timbers or metal or whatever. And it's so old that the timbers are collapsing, the metal's rusted and collapsing. You go in places where the rock's just, coming down in the ceiling, and you might have some timbers that are sort of holding up all this debris, and you've got to kind of go past that to get to the rest of it. And there might be water on the floor. You don't know if there's any drop-offs anywhere. Okay, in addition to studying the bats in the cave, we're also looking for other critters, like blind fish, blind salamanders. My friend Matt, he's a certified cave diver. He has all this specialized equipment, and he can go down where the ceiling goes below the water surface and go into these areas and find new passages and find these animals in their habitat, which is really cool.
So why do they call you Crash?
Crash?
Kennedy?
Well, because back in 1987, I was counting bats and had a terrible accident and broke both sides of my pelvis.
Where were you?
I was in an abandoned limestone mine in Pennsylvania. I was crossing a rubble slope, and some key rock moved and the whole thing collapsed, took me with it. Tumbled and turned. I remember cartwheeling a couple of times, went over a small ledge, 15 feet or something like that. It was a 6.5-hour rescue.
And you're back and you went back for more.
Da-da-da-da. Yep, yeah.
Why?
Why?
Why'd you go back for more?
Because it's living, it's adventure, it's science, it's cool. It's utterly cool. These animals need proponents, and I want to be that proponent. I want to be the one that goes out there and helps these critters. I want to help animals that need help.
And why does a bat need help? People don't like bats. What's the story?
People hate bats. People think bats are flying vermin, that they carry the plague and they get tangled in your hair and they cause blindness and they suck your blood and do all kinds of other crazy stuff. But bats are our best friends. They're the farmer's best friend, the forester's best friend. They do untold billions of dollars of free pest control every year. They're eating bugs every night, and we're not even noticing it. So if it wasn't for those bats, we'd have all kinds of outbreaks of plant diseases. We'd have, crazy infestations of bugs, and the bats are keeping those in a natural balance. Yeah. Cave critters don't have many friends other than people that go into caves. In the mines, not too many people even go into mines because they are so dangerous. So if we weren't going out there finding these critters, documenting them, telling people about them, and being their advocate, being their voice, they would be just wiped out. They would be killed, mines would be closed, caves would be impacted, you'd have pollution and trash and development and all kinds of things that just aren't healthy for those kinds of underground ecosystems.
So you feel like it's your job?
It's a mission. It is my job. It's something I enjoy, obviously, But being the educator too, I want to tell people about this. I want to share that information. I want to show people pictures. I want to show them maps. I want to show them, what the animals are doing, what they're like. I want to get that word out there so people learn about these things and they appreciate them, and maybe they start making better decisions. Maybe they're not just blindly tossing trash in a sinkhole, or bulldozing that mine shut because it's dangerous without checking it out first and making sure that nothing's in it.
So what happens when they seal off these mines?
Well, depends on the mine, but some of these mines actually have millions of bats in them. I mean, millions, particularly up in the upper Midwest, Michigan and Wisconsin, places like that. And when agencies or companies are closing these things just by bulldozing them shut, they could literally trap all those bats in there if it's the wrong time of the year. If that's during the winter and those bats are still hibernating, they're not awake yet, they're goners.
How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel angry. It makes me feel sad. Um, but it also gives me that energy to get out there and document more of these things and tell people about them. Let people know what they've got. Let them know what kind of treasures that they have out there, so that they can better appreciate them and care for them.